Me and me and Wesley working down a salt mine. Me and Wesley towing the company line. Getting pressure to unionize, but we ain't fucking commies. We're just out here trying to make a pound note. Woo!
Lobsters.
Damn right. Wesley's a company man. He'd never unionize. Goddamn never. He's got the salt mines logo tattooed on his gooch. And he's here to climb up the dominance hierarchy. Starting at the bottom, starting at the salt face. It's fucking salty down there, man. I'm telling you, it's like a fucking Deutsche Salzgrotto. It's insanity. I wouldn't recommend it. Anyway, guys, I'm back. Sorry that I was away yesterday. The free markets were calling, and I couldn't turn down the opportunity to make a pound note, because otherwise I wouldn't have been able to pay my fucking rent. So that's the thing. Anyway, I'll try not to do that to you again, though, because I know that there are some of the more infirm listeners of the show find it hard without my grinning, some might say leering face first thing in the morning to just sort of shock them into reality, shock them out of bed and remind them that they're just a human being with a mortal coil that could end at any moment. Oh, fucking hell, I should get on with my life. I've got stuff to do. I've got hustle to make. I've got grain to obtain. Need to fucking get out. Look, maybe everyone who listens to this show needs that extra little kick up the arse. So I'm giving it to you right now. Giving you motherfuckers like, if my name ain't Gary Vaynerchuk, buy my wine. No, I'm right here. I'm giving you permission to go out and fucking get some today. Whether or not there's an idea you've had cooking, whether or not there's a tune you've been wanting to make, whether or not there's a project you wanted to start. If you're midway through a project, fucking knuckle down on it, man. Dig deep, yeah? Get in your foxhole. Fucking, hunker in, yeah? Just fucking obtain that grain. Look, I'm giving you permission to go out there and be a fucking badass and sling dick with 3 hands. Seriously. Welcome to Coffee and Memes.
Steady job and a couple extra potatoes. That's all I want.
You're getting on. You're pushing 30, Slugger. It's time to think about getting some ambition.
Oh, I always figured I'd live a little bit longer without it.
Don't forget, kid, that what you're trying to do here is to be bright and chipper and entertaining and intelligent and sort of glitzy, and that's funny, and it's kind of cool, and it's interesting, and it's edgy, and all of that. It puts that facade of momentary charisma on you, and if you don't play that out, you actually fail.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Threshold.fm, welcome to Coffee and Memes, welcome to YouTube, Facebook, Twitch. Welcome to Coffee and Memes spilled across this flat earth like a full pint of lager beer. It's gone all over the table and all into the lap of your date, causing an instant yeast infection. It's bad times. Hey guys, someone was complaining on the YouTube, so that mic stand's a bit squeaky, bro. You might want to get some oil on that. All right, cheers, mate. Thanks. I fucking like it, this squeaky. Oh, it's not squeaking on command. Forget it. Anyway, a lot in the news today. A lot of hot action. A lot of good bit. Catholic priest is caught on video snorting cocaine in a room full of Nazi memorabilia. Woo! You fucked up, buddy boy. You fucked up. Oh my god. Oh, so I hear you're a racist now, Father. Oh dear. So I hear you're on the cocaine now, Father. Anyway, a drunk man terrorizes streets of small Polish town in Soviet tank. I kind of feel like this is the sort of thing you might catch Mr. Merck doing. Like, he's finished his show on a Thursday. He's had a few too many light ales during the recording of it, and before you know it, like 3 beers later, a drunk man terrorizes streets of Polish town in Soviet tanks. He's driven it all the way from Estonia, and he's just having at it. Double dropping the 9 on top of it. He's just having a goddamn party. Pakistani government officials accidentally turn on cat filter during Facebook Live. Hilarity ensues. This is everything you'd want it to be. This is just absolutely superb. This is real family-friendly stuff. There is no one on this earth that can't get a laugh out of this. I'd be surprised if even the the gentleman in question here can't get a laugh out of it. I mean, that's just... Oh, wow. Oh, these are some great stuff down the side of this. Is Bored Panda. Maybe I should go on Bored Panda more often, because normally down the side of the page on normal websites it's just rape, murder. But here, 100% real funny names for animals that will crack you up. Lovely stuff. And then a tattoo of "I hate coriander." I might have to get that. I fucking loathe coriander. There's pretty much no foods that I don't like, but apart from coriander, man. And I'm not into parsnips, basically, because I think they're schneids. They're masquerade as potatoes, yet they're bitter and awful, and they're turncoat scum. This Facebook group is dedicated to coriander haters, and here are the best 50 images. Brilliant! I'm gonna have at it after the show. Here are 21 of my funny and sassy cross-stitch designs. This one says, "Support your local drug dealer." That's a bit of fun. Are there anyone, lads or lasses, out there that does cross-stitch? I feel like this might be the sort of thing that Jen would could certainly lend her hand to. But I think there could be great value in some sort of threshold cross-stitched merch, maybe with a nice... then it could be sort of put onto a sweatshirt or something, maybe a lovely embroidered image of Wesley Snipes with, like, "throw shoes, sling dick," or something like that written on it. That would be beautiful. Oh, see, there's that squeaky mic stand again. I'm not going to apologise. Never apologise, never explain. Also, news from Indonesia. Indonesian arrested for streaming prawn. On billboard, Indonesian police have arrested a man accusing him of hacking into a public billboard in Jakarta and streaming a pornographic film. Wow. Keen to get into that. That Tory leadership debate from last night, where they're all sat on weird bar stools looking like the shittest boy band ever made, looked like an absolute clusterfuck. What an A-grade omni-shambles. Over 16.5 tons worth of cocaine. That's $1 billion worth. Oh, Connor, you out of your mind? Jesus Christ. I'm fucking live. Jesus. Unbelievable. Oh my God. Yeah, $1 billion worth of cocaine seized in Philadelphia port. Damn, that's a big old haul. Is that the biggest haul ever? Could be, couldn't it? Could be. A few other bits and bobs. Car explodes at petrol station, creating cloud of cocaine. A lot of coke news today. A lot of coke news today. Also, this lad here, ex-con, wearing coke shirt, arrested for, you guessed it, selling crack cocaine. Man, what a clown. What a bozo. Will you go? Oh, for God's sake! Now everyone's at it. Right, turning it off. Go away, Skype. God's sake. Thanks, Robin. The ultimate troll. Oh, hilarious. Anyway, tunes-wise, look, got this audio bit, dead stock. That needs another play. New Mazdek, new Rockwell and Face. New JV. Let's have that Rockwell and Face bit. Nice bit. Nice bit. Nothing to complain about here. I think you'll all agree. Wow, Joe Waite's in agreement with me on something to do with food. Unbelievable. Guys, I don't know whether or not my chat aggregator is getting Facebook messages. Everyone on Facebook, please, God, comment so I can see. Facebook is throttling my streams so fucking hard at the moment. Fucking Zuckerberg, man. Try and do something for the kids, right? Cheers, Bildo. You sling a good dick, my friend. Bildo done sent me a tune. It's got a video with Wesley Snipes in it. Says I'm not allowed to air it yet, though. When can I air it? Needs to be aired. Like a yeasty vagina. Just needs airing. Don't suffocate it.
Warhammer.
Yeah, can confirm the Facebook comments aren't coming up in the chat aggregator. But it's alright, I've got it open in another window so I can see y'all. Smash that mother crushing like button. Smash that mother crushing share button. Press H for Harambe. Yeah, man. That's Rockwell and Face. It's called Block. That's on the flip side of Level, which was Rockwell and the Upbeats. So that's a bit of fun, isn't it? Anyway, let's get into this Catholic priest. He sounds like a bit of fun. Catholic priest is caught on video snorting cocaine in a room full of Nazi memorabilia. Wow. I mean, okay, so before I read any further, what would be your explanation? What would be your... how do you try and wiggle your way out of that one? You go, hey, that's my fetish. Don't kink shame me. Dunno. Yeah, tricky, that one, isn't it? Father Stephen Crossan filmed taking cocaine at a party on church grounds. Roman Catholic priest sniffed the Class A drug through a £10 note at home. He admitted taking cocaine, but said he did not have an issue with drugs. Revellers also claimed there was Nazi memorabilia at the 37-year-old's home. Videoed in a room filled with Nazi memorabilia. Well, come on in, let's have a look. Okay, yep, that is the cocaine there. Oh, is there no sound? Oh, sorry.
Yeah, do that wee one there. I'll give you one. But I went in and I said to them and all, let's carry on. And I said, Dad, you know.
Damn, that's a slug right there. Yikes. Damn, he's not messing around. No, go back.
But I said to them and all.
I think the worst thing is the music they're listening to, really. That's the thing you'd want to be worried about most. That might get me pulled off of YouTube as well. God, they ain't on hairs, man. That's a proper slugger. God, I'll tell you what, that's going up his nose and straight out of his arse, if you know what I mean. Look at him. Great technique as well. It doesn't even cover the other nostril. Mate, Roman Catholic priests do not fuck around when it comes to taking drugs and abusing children. Awful cunts. Anyway, Father Stephen Crossan, 37, is said to have sniffed the Class A drug through a £10 note. Yeah, in the footage, he can be heard saying, I shouldn't, before snorting the white powder off a plate while talking to a friend. The video obtained by... Just for the record, I don't really see an issue with him taking drugs, whatever. The video obtained by The Sun on Sunday is said to have been recorded... I don't see any of them Nazi memorabilia. Guys, I mean, that's certainly a concern, though, if there is Nazi memory. Okay, well, let's read on. He admitted taking drugs, telling the newspaper's Ruth Warrender It was just one night, and that was it. I did not have an issue with drugs. Listen, mate, you nosed that up like an absolute pro. There's no way that was just one night. You knew exactly what you were doing. I've seen people sniff drugs for the first time, and it's embarrassing. It's a disaster. They exhale first, stuff goes everywhere, they can't get it up, it falls out. This motherfucker here is a pro. Yeah, he knows what he's doing. A source said a number of revellers went back to Father Croissant's house at 11 a.m. At 11 a.m. for 7 hours. Where they were greeted by Nazi memorabilia after a party host asked them to leave. What? The memorabilia included flags, hats, an eagle with a swastika on a plinth. It's not. That's not good news, is it? Father Croissant's mantelpiece. Yeah. Does set a certain precedent, doesn't it? When you have an eagle with a swastika on a plinth on your mantelpiece. There's certainly a statement of intent, isn't it? I mean, he looks lovable. He looks like a lovable priest. Wouldn't leave him alone with my kids, but, you know, from the outsides, Jesus, maybe he is trying to usher in the Third Reich. The source added, it was all over the house. At one point, Stephen put on a cap and did the Nazi salute. Oh, dear. It's shocking. He's supposed to be an upstanding member of society. He shouldn't be taking drugs. Don't worry about the drugs. It really is the Nazi memorabilia that is the concern here. The source also said Father Croissant had been drinking beers and Jack Daniels whiskey as well as taking the cocaine. Oh no. Father Croissant, who lives on the grounds of St Patrick's Church in Banbridge, Northern Ireland, denied being a Nazi and said the memorabilia was there because he collects historical stuff. What's all that fuckery noise? Anyway. This is basically an episode of Father Ted, is what's going on here. It's like an oldie-worldy episode of Father Ted when Graham Linehan had a sense of humour and wasn't an insane maniac. He said that he had depression and was on sick leave when the footage was taken. Father Croissant said that he had left the church but was being backed by the parish. While a spokesman for his bishop said the priest would be supported through the issues. Okay. Father Croissant studied at the priesthood in St Patrick's College, Maynooth, and completed a degree in theology in 2007. Hard to get a job off the back of that, but I guess being a priest is probably one of the few ones. During his years at Maynooth, he was involved in various pastoral activities, including prison, and hospital chaplaincy, according to the parish website. So he's an upstanding member of the parish community and part-time Nazi. And loves to get on the gear. Fucking clown world, man. Okay, look. A drunk man terrorizes streets of small Polish town in Soviet tank. This looks like fun. Police in central Poland responded to a late evening call over an incident that surely sent chills down the spines of Russia-phobe conspiracy theorists. Right, okay. A T-55 tank rampaging down the main street. When police arrived at the scene in, I'm just going to butcher this, Pajekshno. Wad, you can help me out with that one, mate. On Thursday night, they found a Soviet-era tank casually parked on the central roadway with its two occupants nearby, one of whom was an intoxicated 49-year-old man who had been in the driver's seat. As it turns out, he had been authorised to drive the vehicle, although his superiors presumably only wanted him to move it off and on the damaged trailer on which it was being transported rather than driving it through the city centre, pissed up on booze. They also likely expected him to remain sober while operating the 36-ton armoured combat vehicle. To make matters worse, local media reports that there was no insurance policy on the tank. What? The tank's not going to get damaged, is it? It's a fucking tank. Like, the concern is that it damages other stuff. Police were unable to get the tank off the street and onto the trailer until 5 a.m. The bulletproof joyride could cost the driver 2 years behind bars for driving under the influence and up to 8 years for creating a dangerous situation. That sounds very subjective, although there are no reports of anything being destroyed or run over during the escapade. On Twitter, quite a number of people commented that the incident had a striking similarity to the newer installments of the popular game Grand Theft Auto, only with a distinctly Polish twist. Okay, yeah. When you start to invade Poland but realise you're already in Poland. Another person suggested that the driver's drunken state may have resulted in some geographical but perhaps historical confusion. While the idea of an actual Russian tank attack in our day and age would seem laughable to most, this certainly isn't the point of view of the current government in Warsaw. On Thursday, Polish President Andrzej Duda cited a litany of historical grievances against Russia while signing a massive new defence deal with the US. Cool, man. Yeah, well, that sounds like a bit of a hoot, doesn't it? That's you can dine out on that story for a while, I would say. Hey, what? How do you intend to pay for your meal? You remember that was that geezer who drove the tank round drunk? Yeah, what a ledge. Me. Okay, it's on the house. I think that's how it works. Right, let's have another bit. Let's have that audio bit, dead stock, naughty bit. Oh, come on. Robin saying that the Vatican City were the first country to form a military alliance with National Socialist Germany. I thought it was Scotland. I thought it was just Chode, just him on his own. He's older than he looks. Will, your t-shirt is going in the post today because I had to wait for them to arrive here first. Don't you worry. Have no worries. Jesus, that's dead stock by audio. That is a naughty bit of gear. Little delay for the outro there. Lovely stuff. Anyway, Indonesia Indonesian arrested for streaming porn on Billboard. Oh, what? This is from 2016. For God's sake.
I just walk in, play like
a... Yo, killing me with this. All right, I'll read it anyway. It looks like a hoot. Indonesian police have arrested a man accused of hacking into a public billboard in Jakarta and streaming a porno. The 24-year-old IT analyst has admitted the crime, said police, for which he could face 6 years in jail. Fucking hell, man. Motorists were left in shock by seeing... Oh, okay, it was hentai. Wow. When footage from a Japanese porn film was displayed on an electronic screen in South Jakarta. Look, I know not all Japanese porn is hentai, but all hentai is Japanese porn. I don't know. The video ran for 5 minutes on Friday before power was eventually cut. However, the clip had already been captured on many mobile phones and soon spread across social media. The man who was arrested in his office allegedly carried out the prank after seeing login details displayed on the billboard. The suspect claims he worked alone. Jakarta Police Chief Mohammed Irawan told news agency AFP, but we're still investigating whether he was working alone or whether or not he had a particular motive or whether or not he was just fooling around. 6 years in prison. Access to pornographic websites are blocked in Muslim-majority Indonesia, which has in the past banned popular websites such as Tumblr and Vimeo for adult content. Yeah, I mean, God forbid anyone would look at bloody Tumblr with a bunch of furries pegging each other. The police chief previously told the Associated Press that the perpetrator could be charged with under either the electronic transaction law, which carries a maximum prison sentence of 6 years, or a fine of 1 billion rupiah, 77 grand, or the pornography law, which carries a sentence up to 12 years. Jesus, man, what fucking barbaric, ridiculous medieval laws. That is insane. Porn will get you 12 years in prison. All right, well, this was 2016, but still, like, you know, it wasn't that long ago, man. Jesus, that's bonkers. Right, never forget how lucky you are in this country to have ready access to free pornography and without the fear of being put in freaking prison for 12 years for looking at some taddies. Unbelievable. God. Probably execute you for being gay over there as well. Horrendous. Anyway, onto, well, that's not really lighter news, kind of. 16.5 tons of cocaine. A $1 billion value seized at a port in Philadelphia. This is up-to-date news. Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Federal authorities have seized more than 16.5 tons of the Bolivian marching powder with a street value of over $1 billion. Can someone work out how much they're assuming a gram costs? I just can't. I struggle with the amount of zeros involved. So if that would be an American ton. There are different tons depending on whereabouts you are in the world. Robin, you're smart. Work that one out, would you, mate? 16.5 tons, $1 billion. How much are they going? How much are they at it on the gram? Can the Albanians do a better deal? An official... See, yeah, that is a bit squeaky. Right, I'm coming to terms with that. An official said the ship was headed from Chile to Europe, where the drugs were found. And the drugs were found in Philadelphia after authorities received a tip Monday night. Fucking narcs. The cocaine was discovered inside 8 containers from a cargo ship. Sources tell Action News. What does 16.5 tons of cocaine look like? God, this is a long article. According to senior DEA officials in Washington, the latest count of the seizure is at, 34,341 pounds. It's just over 17 tons. Right, so what are we doing here? 16.5 tons, over 17 tons? What's the deal? The ship's course started in Chile, then stopped in Peru and the Bahamas before making its way to Philadelphia. The U.S. Attorney's Office Eastern District in Pennsylvania says the ship was then headed to Europe with a stop in Rotterdam, probably supplying the next fucking Prospect XL event. Hey, Scabber boys go hard. The intended destination for the cocaine shipment is unclear. U.S. Attorney William McSwain tweeted this statement. This is one of the largest drug seizures in American state's history. This amount of cocaine could kill millions of people. What? Okay, my office is committed to keeping our borders secure and our streets safe from deadly narcotics. I don't reckon that would kill millions of people. But hey, what do I know? I'm just a guy in a room making dick jokes at 10 o'clock in the morning. Members of the ship's crew have been arrested and federally charged. An affidavit of probable cause obtained by Action News shows that 2 of the ship's crew members have admitted taking part in loading the cocaine from 14 separate boats while en route at sea. The illicit drugs are currently being processed. They're being fucking smashed at the station. They're having an epic party. See, that's what's they've done half a ton. They've done half a ton of it already. They were saying they found over 17 tons. Now they got 16 and a half. Yep, something's not adding up there, boys. Investigators are expected to hold a news conference in coming days. Okay, that's probably me done on that one. Car explodes at petrol station, creating cloud of cocaine. Rebecca Shepherd of a website called ladbible.com says this is the moment an explosion inside a suspected drug smuggler's car blasts out the rear window and sends a cloud of cocaine into the air. All right, let's see. Powdery substance which blasted into the air has been confirmed as being cocaine after police attended the scene. Where is this? What country? Argentina. Go on then. Whoa! Oh shit! Oh no. My gear. Oh, bull bags. I done blown up all my gear. How did that happen? Was he listening to some fucking banging tunes in there or something? The explosion took place at a petrol station in the city of Oran in the northern Argentine province of Salta. According to reports, the man arrived at the petrol station in his white Peugeot 306 and asked an attendant to fill up his tank. As the worker was filling the car, an explosion ripped out the rear window and a white substance was cast into the air. Reports said the driver checked the items in the back of his car before climbing into the vehicle and fleeing the scene with an accomplice. Meanwhile, the attendant called the emergency services and officers questioned him while confirming the substance left on the ground after the explosion was cocaine. You can guarantee they did it like that. Rub the finger in it, check on the guns. It's pure. Cops are currently looking for the driver and a passenger who was with him at the time. However, they've been unable to track down the suspects or the vehicle seen in the footage. It's unclear what caused the explosion, but the investigation is going on. So it seems like the police are struggling to find these blokes. But across the pond in sunny old Greater Manchester, yep, cops are managing to get on without any problems. Yes, this is the story covered at the beginning of the week, with a rucksack full of delicious druggy wugs was found on the train with a man's benefits card with his name and address in it. Oh no, it was his community service ID. That's it. Fuck's sake, man. Like, you absolute tide plodder. Absolute tide plodder. Right, let's have this Mazda bit. It will cure what ails you. $68 a gram, $69 a gram we're going for on that cocaine.
Don't stop.
Naughty roller. You can't take that away from him, man. There's no one out there that can take that away from you, man. It's a naughty roller in the league. Hello, Simon in that light, Louis in that light. I've just fucking made up on that light. Come on the X Factor with me fucking naughty roller and that like. I just, I've always made rollers and that like, and I just like, it's always been my dream and that like, do it professionally and that like, just want to like better life for my family and that like for my kids, so they can like have the stuff that I never had and that. And if I could far away do that just from naughty rollers and that, I'd be fucking chuffed, man. Anyway. Listener mail. Send me any bollocks that you have on your mind. Send me any bollocks that you can find. Even if that bollocks that you have on your brain is totally fucking insane. No, thank you so much. Welcome to today's installment of Listener Mail. If you want to get in touch with me, will@threshold.fm is the email address.
Lobsters. Yo, killing me with this.
Anyway, this strange piece of mail comes from a man calling himself Cuff the Magic Dragon. And he writes, okay, buckle up for this one, guys. Cuff the Magic Dragon's nostalgic youth juice. Open. Cold, misty morning in AY Massif. A misty morning in what could possibly be one of the rougher parts of Aylesbury. I think Prebendal Farm. Wake up, Cuff, shouts my friend, as a quiver of excitement hoons in her husky morning voice. My innocent, strangely cruddier than usual eyes flicker open to a heavily breathing laptop splaying across the bed as if it had not been shut down correctly, which instantly made me feel a small, raisin-sized ball of dread rise in my cerebral cortex. Those little lunch raisins you get in the red packaging with what I presume was a Mormon on the front. The spacebar echoes through my innocent 13-year-old ears as the first buffering circle begins to spin. Double TF, I exclaim to my friend. What is effucked? Well, I was about to find out. I throw up hot liquid barocca of hate as my friend observes me watching such classics as Pain Olympics, really off-key granny porn, untasteful tentacle stuff, and worse. I pause, I reflect, I digest a digestive biscuit, and as I pass my stool, it dawns on me. This is the beginning, the desensitization, the memes, 4chans. It spirals from here. This, my friend, is the first chapter in Cuffy the Vampire Slayer, a.k.a. Cuff Daddy's nostalgic youth juice. Let me know if that was coherent enough for another one. Much love, Will. Bye. Okay, I don't really know what to make of that. I enjoyed it, though. And as I have stated in the intro, any bollocks that you have on your brain, even if it's effing insane, please send it through. Yes, I'm keen for the next instalment of Cuff the Magic Dragon's nostalgic youth juice. Don't know how everyone else felt about that. Certainly setting the scene for something spectacular, I presume. Or he's having a breakdown, and this is a cry for help. I don't know. I mean, if it is, you have my email address. I'm happy to talk things out for you. No worries, mate. I'm here to help. Anyway, that was today's listener mail. Send me any bollocks that you have on your mind. Send me any bollocks that you can find. Even if that bollocks that you have on your brain is totally fucking insane. No, thank you so much. Yeah, so back to, like reality and stuff, I guess. What's Rob been talking about bonus for? I said, can't get one. I don't know, try harder, I guess. That's actually go to the doctors. They're like, yeah, I'm having erectile dysfunction. And the doctor's like, just try harder. What's wrong with you, man? Okay, trouble ensues when the molly hits the floor. God, I've been going on about this for ages. Just get it covered and get it out of the bloody chamber. Trouble ensues when the molly hits the floor. Woman denied owning MDMA that fell from crotch. She does look like she's angry at her haircut, and so has gone to the barbers or the hairdressers to get it sorted out, and has been told that she has to wait for longer than she wants to. June 3rd, a Florida woman denied ownership of a bag of MDMA that dropped from her crotch right after a feminine product fell from the same space, cops say. Officers responding to a call Saturday afternoon about a disturbance at a Vero Beach residence encountered Christine Sitmari, 34, seated in a taxi outside her home. While speaking with her, she said she'd just been in a verbal disturbance with her mother. Sheriff's deputy observed white powder on her right nostril. The cop then asked her to exit the vehicle. As she stepped out of the taxi, a feminine product fell from her shorts, followed by a clear bag with a white substance, according to an arrest affidavit. It's not mine, she reportedly declared. I'm supposed to give it to someone. What, you dealing? The feminine product, which is not further described in court filings, appeared to have been keeping the baggage in its storage place. Seen above, she advised the white substance was Molly. Reported the deputy, who added that a field test of the substance provided a positive result for MDMA narcotics. Charged with possession of a controlled substance, she was booked into the county jail on a felony count. Locked up in lieu of a $5,000 bond. A rap sheet includes multiple theft convictions. Well, yeah. Rough, man. That's, occupational hazard of storing Molly in the gash. It's trying to plug it in there with a feminine hygiene product. It's faulty, I guess. It's a faulty hiding place. I feel bad for you, son. Got 99 problems, but having Molly fall out of my vagina is not one. I don't know. Let's play one more bit. This JV bit has been on the burn for a little while. Worth getting into. Coming up at 11, our gal, Power Jen. We'll be dropping the positive vibes, the positive energy, the positive drug tests. It's all very positive. Robin, Discord is basically like a chat room where we have a threshold Discord. I'll send you a link to it. For anyone else listening, yeah, you can join. There are links on YouTube on the threshold.fm website. It's the cool, funky chat. That's really cool. I really like that. It's got a nice sort of 2002 feel to it. It's on Cause for Concern Limited. It's by JV. It's spelled Jayvee. It's called Lost in Unknown Spaces. Yeah, I'm big into that. I like it. This is ridiculous. Mental health researchers say we should only work 8 hours a week. Cheers, Jeff Parsons, for reporting on this. Asian hornet invasion heading for UK is significantly bigger this year. Fuck's sake. Coming over here, stinging us. You might think you're overloaded, you're overworked and underpaid, and science would say you're right. Yeah. According to new research, we should all be working just 8 hours or 1 day a week. Bollocks, that's what I say. That is the most effective... What kind of fucking futuristic luxury gay communism are we talking about here? And where we can get away with where everyone could get away with only working 8 hours a week. I mean, yes, if robots are doing basically everything, sure. What would you do with the rest of your time? I don't know, go fucking insane? This is the most effective dose for mental health benefits of paid employment, a study suggests. Bollocks. Anything more than that, and it's just overkill as far as our mental well-being is concerned. I guess that's probably right if you hate your job, and that's all you can tolerate. But, try not, man, unless you're in a really ropey situation whereby you've got a load of dependents and you're in a tough spot, you can get a better job. Put the graft in, you can get a job that you really like. It can be done. You don't have to work a job you hate. It is possible to get out of that rat race and do something that you love. The study indicated the risk of mental health problems dropped by a staggering 30% when people move from unemployment or stay-at-home parenting into paid work. All right, so this is just a blag, is it? This is, okay, working 8 hours a week is better than working not at all. Yeah, great. But researchers at both the universities of Cambridge and Salford found that there was absolutely no evidence that working any more than 8 hours provides further boosts to the well-being. Right, yeah. What about the negative aspects of only being paid for 8 hours of work a week and therefore not being able to afford anything? Sociologists had set out to define a recommended dose for work for optimal well-being, and their findings were published in the journal Social Science and Medicine. They did this in the context of a rise in automation, which may require shorter hours for all, and the redistribution of work. The researchers, I've said this before. I think I've talked to Jim about it. Maybe I didn't. I don't know. With universal basic income, let's just assume it happens. Let's assume your working hours end up getting cut to 2 days a week or something. No. Let's say your working hours get cut to 1 day a week, but you maintain the same wages because the government just has found a way to just give you the cash, and they've managed to do it without there being hyperinflation and all the other potential negative things that could happen. Blah, blah, blah. They have magic money tree, let's say. What are you going to do with the rest of your time? I mean, there's going to be a small selection of people that are super creative and spend their time creating art and blah, 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 blah. And then there's going to be a massive swathe of people that just end up hideously depressed, probably on painkillers. It would be horrendous, because they're will have no meaning to their life. They would not be able to I think it to just I don't know. I think it could take generations to work out how we're going to do, how we would deal with suddenly having 4 additional free days a week. Will people get other jobs? Maybe a whole load of new jobs would arise that have not yet been invented. Maybe we'd all just spend our time painting self-portraits, and because I'm assuming that if we had this universal basic income that everyone got, that would eradicate a substantial amount of poverty. So, what are you going to do? Go out and, get yourself indulged in community events? Maybe, that'd be pretty cool. I don't know, man. I don't know. Anyway, they control for characteristics including age... Oh no, I've missed a bit. They did this in the context of rising automation, which may require shorter hours for all and the redistribution of work. The researchers used data from a panel survey to examine How changes in working hours were linked to mental health and life satisfaction in more than 70,000 UK residents between 2009 and 2018. They controlled for characteristics like age, children, long-standing illness and household income. The study suggests that to get the mental well-being benefits of paid work, the most effective dose is only around 1 day a week, as anything else makes little difference. We have effective dosage guides for everything from vitamin C to hours of sleep in order to help us feel better. This is the first time the question has been asked for paid work. Yeah, we now know unemployment is often detrimental to people's well-being, negatively affecting identity, status, time use, and a sense of collective purpose. We now have some idea of how much paid work is needed to get the psychosocial benefits of employment, and it's not that much at all. Okay, well, yeah, obviously working a day a week is going to be better than not working. Supporting the unemployment in the future with limited work is the subject of much policy discussion, such as universal basic income. However, researchers argue that employment should be retained across adult populations, but working weeks dramatically reduced for work to be redistributed. Man, it's a hell of a conversation, and unlikely to be one that I'm going to have any control over, but... Hey, it'd be fucking cool. Like, I could just, if I got universal basic income, I could just do this show for 8 hours a day. It'd be hilarious. I'd have an absolute whale of a time. Yeah, it would be literally fine by me. And I could spend the rest of the time lobbing eggs at the Pope, because God knows somebody's got to. Christ. Well, listen, y'all, it's pretty much coming up to the end of the show. Our gal, Power Jen to the power of Jen, is going to be up next with the positive vibes, the positive energy, the positive diagnosis of a tropical illness, just all sorts of positivity, basically. And thank you to everyone that has been supporting the show on Patreon. You're wonderful people, and I could not do the show without you. Hopefully it will be soon at the stage whereby I will not have to take mornings off to do freelance work. I will be able to, 100% make sure that I'm committed to having this every morning. So if you want to, help facilitate that to make sure that I don't have to take any time off and I can be here every freaking morning bringing you the freaking news, freaking shoe throwers, the freaking
lobsters,
then please don't hesitate to head on over to the Threshold.fm Patreon page and support. And you will get your name read out at the end of every show. You'll get $5 in merch credit to spend in the merch store. There's going to be some new bits going up. I'm just working out a system with the store whereby I'll be able to put lots of cool designs up without having to get loads and loads of stock printed. It's a really good company anyway, but it's just taking a little while to set up. The new app will be out soon. That's looking really good. Got another meeting on Friday which will hopefully be a basically fully working and ready to bug test version of the new app. And then once that's out, we'll then be working on doing like constant small iterations on it, updating it all the time with cool new little features, rather than like doing a huge big update again, because it fucking takes forever. But having lots of cool stuff, like there'll be like premium content, there'll be any ideas for it. Like I was thinking, I don't know whether or not this is a good idea or a bad idea, but it's an idea as to whether or not an update whereby people could put their own, people could put any RSS feed into the app, and so you could have podcasts from anywhere else within the Threshold app. So you'd have all your Threshold stuff in there, the live streams, all the archive of all the Threshold shows. But then also, if you listen to the Rogan podcast or the Tim Ferriss podcast or whatever as well, you could put those into it and have it all in the same place, rather than having to have like your podcast and stuff across multiple apps. If you think that's a good idea, let me know. If you think it's a shit idea, let me know. The VIP list of people supporting the show financially on Patreon is Oliver Hooper, Nicholas Goncalves, Tom Ryan, Reece Mosson, Squidgy T, Parsons, Pauly Hutton, Ciarán R, Michael Kedzierski, Matthieu Tomkins, Dave Long, Joel Potter, Colm Murphy, Sam Howard, Tony J, Richard Patterson, Jack Murphy, Tom Camm, Stephen Harris, Matthieu Boulard, Zara Pickle, Jeroen Van Thunderbutt, Mike Pye, Anthony Walker, Lily Unsub, Richard Franks, Thomas Hall, Chode Ryder, Andrew Heichelbech, John Finison, the BDR Crew, Peter Blatchford, Austin Grieve, Cooper, Gennady Lightfield, Ryan Glaser, James Parry, Dave Thompson, Hendo Bartendo, Lady Squiffington, Liam the Menace Underwood, Dan fucking Morris, a guy with no STDs, Justin Mercer, Ames MC, Josh Williams, Rob Humphrey, Shibby T, Coco Shiva, Dan Elton, Taran Wilmore, Mr. Pope, Dark Progressive Sidehouse, actually superior to drum and bass, Nicolas Lorcy, Dameon Rayner, Kris Breaks, The Build, Karissa Barthelson, Onin Bates, Lee Fuller D, Daniel Gemby, Flaxis, Alexander Cassidy, Matt Wright, Dylan Laws, Grant Sullivan, Tom Robinson, Greg Cornford, Grace Sellers, Dab Smash, O'Connor Smythe, Kevin Kaiser, Chris Shaw, Mr. Happy the German Trance Overlord of D&B, Ranking Makes Up Listening Vocal Psytrance under the alias Cosmic Waft, Keep Your Cool Tool in the Motor Pool, but don't let you meet Loaf, Nick Brock, Mustang Philly, Sean Simpson, Robin Card, Sam House, Hugh Downer, Sarah Hunt, The Hitchmouths, L Tech, Willet, Ben Virgo, Dentwee, Lupe Salazar, Big Wodge, My Hill, Mighty Danny, Nick Fleming, Carl Lewis, Gordon and Liz, Kyle Williams, Tom Skipper, unfortunately it's George TC, and Anthony Sharp. You wonderful humans. Right, hang around on threshold.fm for Power Jen's show. Bringing the positive energy, bringing the positive vibes. Just fucking getting after it, man. So yeah, go out today. You have my permission to sling dick with 3 hands. Get it done and obtain that grain. All right, I will be back tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. Also tonight at 8, brand new Gold Top Radio. So get in on that action and freaking well enjoy it. Okay, I love you all. I will see you tomorrow.